Right, guys, let's have a look at 13 now then. We've got question 7a. Find the equation of the straight line shown in the following diagram. Write your answer in the form y equals mx plus c. Okay, well we know straight line form. This is a straight line graph, isn't it? This c is the intercept, so you just have to read off where it cuts the y-axis. And m is the gradient. Right? Now the gradient, we'll say a bit more about that maybe, but C is certainly easy to do, isn't it? So let's do C first. So we can see it cuts here at 4, can't we? Yeah? So C equals 4. That's the intercept. Gradient. Well, best thing to do is to draw a triangle under the curve, isn't it? That's how we find the gradient. So let's do a convenient triangle. I'm going to do one down here. From there to there, say. Yeah? From there to there. Better draw a thicker line, aren't we? So from there down to there. That's quite convenient. And then I'm going to draw another line now from here across to here. So there's a triangle underneath the curve then. So how many units have I gone down divided by how many units I've gone across? Right? That's now which way round is it? Well, I just want to say a tiny little bit about that. Getting gradients. Basically, if you're doing a gradient and you drive a car or you walk up a hill, because you don't drive a car, do you? Hopefully not. 1 in 3 hill you'll see as you walk up or cycle. That means for every 3 units along you go up 1. So that's the gradient. That's how steep the hill is. You're stood here, you see, and you're facing in the positive direction. So that's a 1 in 3 hill, and that's how we say it. And the gradient here is the tangent of the angle, so it's a third. And the same goes for downhills as well. If I was going down, instead of going uphill, positive slope, downhill's a negative slope. So basically this third, the gradient, comes from you divide the number of vertical units by the number of horizontal units. Yeah. So the number of horizontal units then, and here's the number of vertical. We're going down and we were going uphill here, so it's a negative gradient. So how many, let's put this height in here first of all. Go down 4. So 4, and we go down 4, so it's minus. That's where the negative gradient comes in. And we go along, how many units? 2, agreed? So remember this way round, the gradient was the height divided by the distance across. The height divided by the distance across. So m equals the height minus 4 divided by the distance you went across. Because you went across 2 and you went down 4, you see. So you went across 2. Agreed? So that's minus 2, negative 2. Quite steep, isn't it? So there we are. That's what we've got there then. Good little bit of triangle work, working out gradients and reminding ourselves which way around the gradient goes. So we need to write down the equation straight line. Minus m is minus 2, so it's mx plus c. Yeah, and then we need to just put in that the m was minus 2 and c was 4, wasn't it? Let's just remind ourselves. Yeah, c was 4, m was minus 2. So I've put them in there. Obviously, you'd want to write that a bit more tidily, but I've just done it there. Okay. Write down the equation of a straight line that is parallel. Write down the equation of a straight line that is parallel to y equals 5x. So you want a line that's parallel to y equals 5x. So it can have that gradient, but it doesn't specify what the intercept is. Here the intercept is 0. Agreed? So we can shift it up 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever we like, or down any amount we like. So, and then it would be a similar gradient, wouldn't it? So let's shift up the intercept up 1 unit. There we go. That's that one done. You could have chosen any intercept value and slid it up and down the y-axis, couldn't you? But it's of gradient 5, so it's parallel. Same gradient. Find the midpoint of the straight line that joins the points with coordinates 2, minus 7 and 6, 3. So as far as the x is concerned, 2 and 6. Halfway between 2 and 6 is 4. Would you agree? You can get that by just looking at the numbers, or you can just add them up, divide by 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Right, what's halfway between minus 7 and 13? Right. So if I come forward, I'd have to come forward 7 to get to 0, but I still got 13 to go, haven't I? So if I come forward to 2 from -7, that would be 9. And then at 9 on from 2 is 11, still not there. So if I come forward to 10 from -7, I'll get to 3. And 10 on from 3 is 13. So I reckon it's 3. Again, as we say, we add the points and divide by 2, but it's a negative, isn't it? So they're opposite sides. It's not like the 2 and the 6, because they're both positive. So I'll just draw a picture of it, just to illustrate it, right? Because it could be confusing. There's 13, agreed? And here's -7. Yeah, so what's halfway between? Well, if we come forward, the distance is 20, so we need to come in 10 either way, don't we? So if we come in 10 units that way, and 10 units that way, because that total distance is 20, we'll get to here, which is 3. So that's 10 units there, 10 units there. So let's just write that out clearly then. Midpoint is 4 and 3. Okay, I had to be a bit careful on the Y one, working out those coordinates. I know there's a vertical coordinate, but we just drew a horizontal picture. But it's only a picture to illustrate things, alright? Just a belt and braces approach there. Okay then, so that's part C done then. We've done that. Right, and that's page 13 done. Good, let's go on to the next one.